Hi, welcome back to Knit for Brains podcast. I'm Laura Brady.
I'm Karen Miller.
This is episode 119 of our crafting, knitting, sewing, crocheting, diamond painting, whatever we're up to, which I didn't bring my diamond painting in. Oops, I'll show it next time. You can find us on Instagram, Ravelry, Facebook, and you can also find my shop on Etsy, which is Knit for Brains Designs. Karen?
You can find me on... Where can you find me?
I don't know. You at my house every Sunday.
That's true. That's almost guaranteed. Ravelry and Instagram as Loopy Spitzer. Loopy Stitcher. Wow, it's only been a month.
I was counting on you to have your stuff together today.
Oh, well then we're in a sad shape. Spelled Lupy. And then my designs, the few that I have out there, I really need to get on finishing uploading the couple that I have. You can find on Ravelry as Loopy Stitchers Designs.
Okay, sorry we weren't with you guys like we normally are every 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. I have been pretty sick, and I'm not going to get into detail or anything like that, but to let you guys know, the next time that we would be podcasting would be August 1st. I am actually having surgery July 28th, so we will not be recording August 1st. So we will have another time span where we will be missing.
Yep. Just
give you guys a heads up right now, so you know, nothing has happened, that sort of thing. Yeah. So there's that. Even though we did not record on July 4th, I did go ahead and start the Gift the Knits Cal in the Ravelry group. That runs from July 4th to December 31st. And basically, it's anything you knit or crochet that you are going to be gifting to somebody other than yourself.
That's it.
I have nothing else to say about that.
We're pretty easy about that.
The regulars have already discovered the threads. We have some FOs already in the FO thread.
Wow. Yeah.
I think 8.
Cool.
I think mainly from there's 2 people. No chatter going on yet, Brittany. So make sure you participate in the chatter thread too. Show what you're gonna make, what sort of yarn you're gonna use, anything. Just chit chat in there, because we do also choose winners from there as well. Yeah. You can put your FOs in the FO thread, but also put them in the chatter thread, so that way people can actually comment on them, or if they want to know, what pattern it is, because you cannot comment or ask questions in the FO thread. Make sense?
Yeah, and then it gives everybody ideas for stuff, for patterns they've never heard of too.
Yeah. So, needless to say, since I have been sick, I have not been sewing much, or at all, really. I haven't been working. I haven't been sewing. You'll find out later. I've been watching a lot of TV, though. But I do have a few bags that I did pop in prior to July 4th. And they had not all been purchased, and I have not shown them here on the podcast. So I'm going to go ahead and show those really quick. And I think most of them are extra large, yeah. Got this really cute Mickey and Minnie extra large bag. And that is the inside of it. I have 2 of those left is all. And then I have a new Harry Potter one, which is the houses. And that's the extra large. Oh, I couldn't remember what I put on the inside.
At first when you unzip that looked like stars.
And I got 1, 2, 3 of those. So if you're looking for a sweater bag, extra large sweater bag, I do have those 5 in the shop. So there's that. All right. GFFOs?
Yes, I do, because Karen didn't have any the last time. So I think I have 3 with me and 1 to show that I already gifted to someone.
Okay, do you want to talk about the gifted one and I can write down the times?
Sure.
Okay.
So I found out well, it didn't matter. I knew she was going to have a baby. Oh, let me get to my photos. That someone we knew was going to have a baby, and so I made her a corner to corner out of Bernat baby blanket, so it's really thick and chunky. Literally only took me, it took me longer than expected because I raided my stash for this. So other than the cream, I had to buy another cream. I could not find the peach, but that is peach. And then the variegated is like a mint green with peach and cream. She loved it. She kept hugging it. It was so soft. But that went off really well. So I don't really have, because this was old stash, so the colors have kind of changed.
Right,
other than
yeah.
the cream, I got one that I thought was, it was seafoam.
And we'll have Brett pop the picture up right here so it's a little clearer where it's not on the phone.
Yeah, that was an easy one.
He can do his magic.
I think I used like a size N crochet hook, so it's really quick. The next one I finished. I was pretty close the last time we podcast. And this is Moonstone Cowl by Tiffany Morse. And I got that on Ravelry. The yarn I used is Toe Creations. It was leftover yarn from the socks that she had done for Wendy. And this colorway is called Christmas in July. And I don't need to show that. Let's see. This is the way it goes. So I was really where the marker is to finish it out. My stitches kind of went wonky. I haven't blocked it yet, though.
Yeah, that'll make a big difference.
So I really like that. Very nice and stretchy.
That's nice use of leftover yarn.
Yeah, it was, and it not just socks. So for me, this is like a perfect length when it comes to a cowl.
Yeah, I don't like a really tall one.
Yeah. They're sometimes fun to do in terms of different stitches and keeps your interest, but usually I don't always necessarily wear them because they are so, and they both.
There's so much.
So much of them. And then the last one I have is my hat, which I finished the night of the podcast while we were sitting there. This is by Sweet Tea Yarns. The light pink is hers. Let's see, Make Me Blush in her 7525 DK. And then this is Cherry Pie Cottage. This is what I have left. Both of these yarns were left over from other projects. So I think I made a mitts the first time around, and this was something about spooks.
And she just told you.
I know. She told us last time. But this was probably her DK 100, which is really soft and squishy. I love that colorway. It's one of my favorites. And this is the finished hat, which I might just keep for myself. And the pattern on this is the Isel, which can also be found on Ravelry. I got this pattern when we went to Stitches Midwest at one point.
I do believe in
I
spooks.
do believe it. See, Spooks was in there. And I have, I'll just make a mess here. One more. And this, again, is yarn you guys have seen before. This is Nomadic Yarns Birthday Cake Colorway. Her 75-25 sock fingering. Okay, wait a minute. Are they tight? Okay, I played Yarn Chicken with one of them because this is all the yarn I had left. And I had a little bit more left on this one.
Brett must not have divided that skein equally, huh?
Shame on him. So of course I do toe ups 2 at a time. Vanilla sock basically. I use the Fish Lips Kiss heel on this, which seems to work for my ankles when I do toe ups a lot. 1x1 rib. Yeah. And I was worth the marker. Whoops, wrong sock. Backwards. You think I haven't done this before?
Well, you know, we're out of practice.
Quite a bit of knitting to finish off both pairs. Both socks were a pair. And that's it for my finished objects.
I only have 2 because I had a lot of time where I could not knit. So, yeah. My first one I managed to finish is Socks by Nomadic Yarns, which is the Bellatrix. Which is that. Which I'm sure you want.
Mm-hmm. Again, I love that.
Did I not weave in the ends?
Oh
No, it was just.
yeah, I haven't weaved in.
I wasn't
even
for sure. They were sitting on the table and. All right, this is another pair for Wendy, which I believe after these 2 pair, I'm up to like 18 in her box. Yeah.
So you're squishing them in there, huh?
Oh, I'm squishing them in there. So that's what that looks like, and obviously I have 2 of them. So that came out really good. Yeah, I kind of do like this, and then I squish them on in.
Yeah.
So that was my first pair.
Okay. Can I just say it takes her being really sick for me to beat her on FOs? I wasn't going to say anything, but I have to. That's the only way Karen can beat her at FOs.
You know how there was
And there was a month-long span.
there was days that I never woke up. So no knitting was going on.
Yeah.
That or I had too high of a fever where I needed to be under a blanket.
Tells you how pathetic I am.
Some next ones were from the Cozy Knitter Ugly Duckling. Yeah, Ugly Duckling. And it looks like that. There's not a whole lot of that left. These are also for Bigfoot Wendy. Ta-da! There's those. So that's all I got done.
Cool.
Yeah. It was better than nothing.
Yeah.
I originally thought I was going to have nothing done. I really did. I just finished these yesterday.
Did you?
because I found I was trying to work on other stuff, and I don't have the focus right now for anything other than socks. I don't. I had to put everything else away. I'm like, I can't.
Well, if you can't think through the process, that's the easiest thing to do. Just knitting around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although that's kind of bad too, because I can just knitting around. Next thing I know, I'm kind of like, oh wait. So there's that.
Yeah.
So sometimes having no interest whatsoever isn't good either.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, what are you whipping on? Sorry, guys.
I have quite a few. So do you want to go back and forth, or you just want me to go?
We better go back and forth, because if I just sit here, I might start drifting off, because I'm really starting to yawn.
All right, let's see. What's the first one? Okay, so this is a new cast on. Let me see. You've seen this many times from this one. The newborn vertebrae. I don't know, but there's really a good picture.
And there really isn't a very good one, honestly.
No. Oh, well, maybe
little
there
bit
is
that
a
one,
little
but
itty bitty picture in there. This one is the free one.
you can get the mama vertebrae and the kitty vertebrae. I believe are the paid for ones. I know the kitty one is, because I've got, and that goes up into your toddlers, which it was well worth. I purchased it and made Peanut a couple. It was well worth the price.
So this is this yarn is new to me. It's actually 100% cotton. It's a hand painted fingering weight yarn called, I don't know, Houscow cotton. It's got quite a bit of yardage too. I could probably do 481 yards.
It's quite a bit of yarn.
Yeah. It's really soft.
Yeah,
Not bad.
Not bad at all.
So this is for my niece. We don't know. It's very blue, a little bit more blue than I would have liked, but there is some pink. Here's the very pinks and whites and grays and blues. All those pretty baby colors. Bless you.
I don't know if you guys could hear, but it was like all of a sudden all you hear is Brett sneezing.
So I just kind of cast on and worked on that this afternoon, really.
We can't give him a hard time. He's been having to take care of everything around here lately.
Yeah. It's good for him. It's a good challenge for men.
All right. I don't know what's in what bags, so whatever. Oh, I actually took this out since the last time, remember? So I was test knitting a pattern for Cherry Pie Cottage. It's her Mini Happy wrap. She's the cowl and the wrap. I had shown it to you, but then I took the whole thing completely out because I wasn't happy with it. And, fudge. You know I can't bend over.
I'll get it later.
Okay. And this was in the middle of me being sick as well, and I didn't know if it was me or if it was the pattern, and I was having issues, and if I'm test knitting, I'm test knitting. So I ripped the whole thing out and I restarted and really focused. And it was as I suspected. It was me. I was just not focused enough, and I was losing track of things, and there was absolutely nothing wrong with her pattern because I've been through all the sections now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I have, I think the wrap I do 24 colors in, so I'm getting there.
Yeah.
It'll be really colorful by the time it's done. I need to have Brett cake up the rest of the yarn for it. It's still in skein form.
Still in skeins?
Yeah, so there's that.
Cool.
I'll just set that back down there by the ball. That fell out.
Okay. I got started on this. This one does not have a picture. It's a pay-for pattern. It's called Julenat. Julenatt.
Why does it not have a picture? Did you not print the picture?
Actually, when you go to pull up the actual pattern, the pattern page has a picture, but when you go to download the pattern itself does not. And the only other picture is the chart itself, and I can't show that. It's by Skein Deer Knits. Pretty sure. This was something that I had talked about casting on. Or you guys have seen the yarn. Ooh. I transferred bags right before I came over, so this is probably a jumbled mess.
Those?
Yes, those. That's it.
That way you guys can have a visual.
So these are the colors. They are all knit picks. And their palette. Let's see. Good guess on what's what. No, I thought I had all the. I got pieces of. I have pieces.
All right, Karen. I see white. I see gray. Can't we just,
Yeah, one is Findlay Heather, which I think is the gray. Marine Heather, which might be the aqua blue, and the other one is called Clarity, which is probably the very pale blue.
Yeah.
I really just started this, and I learned something new on how to do the. Even my little thing is all mixed up. I'm gonna figure this out later. But literally, the only thing is, you can't really see in the cuff the difference between the pale blue and the light gray. I am not changing it. It's pretty much just really in the cuff that it's used. So, but this color work ribbing is something new that I learned on this pattern. That was really neat to do. So, this is just my dream knitting thing. I will get it done maybe by Christmas this year.
Or next year.
Yeah.
Or whenever.
No rushes in that. Enjoy the process.
No, gosh. I got another pair of socks. I think I casted these on actually for myself this time because Bigfoot's getting quite the stash. I have to check and see if I can fit any more in hers. So, Nomadic Yarns. I smell snow on her sparkle sock.
And sparkle.
Haven't made it too far yet. Little nubby toes. Yep. I'll move with my progress keeper so I remember. Which will probably be what I work on after the podcast because no focus needed.
Yep. Ooh, that was okay.
Is air vent running?
Yeah, it is.
I'm hot. Lord.
This.
Sorry, guys. It's even a hot flash.
Cozy Up Knits. I've done it before. It's Joe's Perfect Slipper Socks. Pay for pattern. This was given to me by yours truly.
Yeah.
But I don't think I ever got the ball band. We know it's...
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it was part of a mystery club from Crystal.
Crystal Sky's hand.
Yeah.
Could be. I don't know.
Which would be several years ago.
I don't remember.
So it's a pattern that's fingering held double, toe up. I modify mine. The pattern is one at a time because I like to make my life difficult. I really had problems with this one. I know my toes look extremely square. Don't know what the heck happened. I'm not ripping it out again. They're slipper socks for me. In the house. Nobody's going to see them but me. So, easy pattern. That's it on that.
Oh.
And I think that's my 4th or 5th pair I've done of those.
I had started a pair, but...
Yeah, I've given a couple to Megana. I have a couple.
I got off the beaten path on the first one. Mm-hmm. And I had to make notes because I did something wrong. So when I did the second one, it would match. And then I lost the note, and I let them sit for so long that I finally just ripped them out.
Yeah.
And I never went back to it. I guess I was just kind of over it at that point.
Yeah, I even did a pair for my mom, so it's a very easy. And she's a size 10 foot. So.
All right, I'm doing another ripple bralette out of leftover yarn. I know I have the tag. Yes, I do. From brazenstitchery.com. And the colorway is, it's Brittany, bitch. And I'm to the point where I have to bind off and start doing the straps, the front straps. So it's not too far off from being done, but I had picked it up last night and the focus was not there. So that's when I went to
picked it up last Sunday and you were like, I don't remember doing this the first time.
Oh yeah, I thought
that was funny. I'm like, you did do that pattern. Did you skip that part?
I don't know.
She's like, I just don't remember.
I keep reading the pattern and I go, yeah, I don't remember this. Are you sure I'm supposed to do that? I mean, the last one turned out, so I must have followed the same pattern, but... So, yeah, I decided to do it in a self-striping yarn this time, so... Yeah. And it was a good use of leftovers. Because after I had done socks, I still had plenty left over for this.
Cool.
Sure did.
Something other than socks to use, you know, after you're done with doing a pair of shorty socks. Okay, so...
Sure the hair's on?
Yeah, I can feel it. You want to change seats? I can hear it running. Whew. Okay. We're getting there. Where's my... There it is. Okay. My weekender. I am making some progress. You can see the split front to back. Somewhere, well, further down, I think down here is where it happened. I had to go back, ripped out, because there was like this annoying stitch that had obviously kind of like frayed in the yarn. Mm. And I'm like, oh. And I try to fuss with it and get it to, you know, be hidden and the whole thing. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to be happy with that. I'm going to knit that whole thing and I'm going to stare at that little bitty spot. So I ripped it back. So I really made more progress than what my progress keeper shows because I ripped back a good couple inches.
And then I had told you needed to add on a couple inches.
And then I'm just in the just keep knitting stage.
Well, at least you're knitting yours. Mine's still in the bag, the yarn. And I haven't cast it on. I took it out twice to cast it on, and it each time went back into the bag.
Once you get past the ribbing part, it's pretty easy. At least up to this point. So I'm using Swish, the Worsted DK, the Deft Heather. Is the colorway that I'm using. Nice and soft. So I figure by the time it gets cold again, it might be off the needles. No rush.
So I'm doing the light version, and I'm doing it with short sleeves.
Mm.
I will never knit myself a sweater with long sleeves because I'm not going to wear it.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Mm-hmm.
Even in the winter, I wear short sleeves. I am forever hot.
Mm-hmm.
Just like I don't feel the air conditioning on in here, but she does.
Yeah, I do. It's working. I can hear it too.
All right, so this was something I casted on eons ago.
It's been forever since I've seen you pull out that bag.
And then I ripped it out. And then I casted it on again. And then I ripped it out. And then I casted it on again.
You're bound and determined.
I don't know if I am or not. I don't know. We'll see. It might
Or a glutton for punishment.
it might get torn off again. I don't know.
One or the other.
So this is a cozy up pattern. The Alberta Rose Wrap.
Oh,
And
I
there's
forgot about that.
Really not a good picture of it to even show you, so.
Jamie designed that, didn't she?
Yes.
Yeah.
Got some of the yarn to Jamie, so here you go. Have at it. She's redesigning it, I believe, right now.
Is she?
Yeah, I remember something on one of the podcasts. So the yarn I'm using is Arkansas Yarn Co. on her sparkle base, and it's rose gold.
Ooh, that's pretty.
So I thought that would be really pretty for Alberta Rose Wrap.
Mm-hmm.
What is you doing?
That's a lot of bling for you.
It is. I don't know which way I'm going here. I can't see. These stinking lights are driving my eyes nuts. This way. Yep. Okay. So there we go.
Ooh, that's really going to be pretty. That's lace beyond lace.
Yeah. And it's a lot of do this. Okay, well now you have to do this, but keep track of that section and do that section. And yeah, that's why I didn't like the pattern.
It needs to go in order, Jamie.
So, well, and now that I'm like into it, it's like, okay, I get, I get, I'm good, you know. But it's also one of those things where, like, I've gotten this far before, and then it got off, and there was just no there was no going back. There was no fixing it. It was just, Laura had to rip it out. If that happens again, Laura will not be putting it back on the needles.
What about a lifeline? Have you considered the thought of a lifeline?
No, I like living on the edge.
Oh, okay. So, live life precariously. Screw it.
It's either going to work
It's
for
just
me,
yarn. I'll just
or
rip
it's-
it out and do it again.
Yeah. It's either going to work for me or it's not going to work for me. I'm not, yeah.
I'm just saying that's a lot of bling for you, too.
Well, yeah, and well, you have to keep track of things. There's a lot of stuff to keep track of, guys. No, I think I'm going to make it through it this time. We'll see.
Positive thoughts.
Yeah, it's coming along quite nicely. I mean, as you can tell.
That'll be beautiful once you finish it.
But I also knew I was not in the mindset these last 2 weeks. So it got put away.
It's kind of ironic that you picked that up.
I,
It is very ironic that you picked that up. Because my last whip.
gosh. Well, I mean, look at these rows. See what I mean by there's a lot going on?
Mm-hmm.
That's enough to drive a sane person insane.
Is the Up the Creek MCAL.
Oh gosh.
So Karen still has got the third section to go. I'm impressed with myself. I'm into the third section of the pattern of the third. My yarn? I don't even know if I have the tag.
I was gonna say at this point it doesn't really matter. She's so proud of herself.
I am completely,
Let's hold
not
on.
one,
Hold
but
on.
two.
Everybody applaud for her.
Yep.
Applause, honey. Could you insert applause here?
Applause here. Applause.
That's what.
She did it. Bumblebee Acres. The red is called Red Barn, and the other one, the mixture is variegated. Words. Lordy.
You know, you were supposed to have
winter.
your stuff together today. Did we not have this discussion before we started? Karen, I need you to have some. You need to be the energy. You need to be the holding it together.
Why would I hold it together?
Because maybe I can't today.
Can't depend on Karen for nothing.
I know.
On her shimmering sock base. Just so you know. Here's one section. Here's the other section.
Oh, I need a nap. You've worn me out.
I'm going to have to go home after this.
I've been up for approximately 2 hours now. It's time to go back to bed.
Well, you know, I brought the laughter last week. That's all I'm good for. Apparently.
Oh.
But this was the one I said I was going to finish the section before I left. I was doing the very bottom section, and I had 10 rows to go, and I was like, I'm just going to finish it. And of course, I'm in like the third or fourth row, and it's like my count keeps messing up, and I keep ripping back. I'm like, this 10 rows will last forever.
Oh, the
Chuck was impressed. He's like, oh, you're making some progress on that. He even noticed.
I brought reinforcements with me, guys. I just knew I'd need it. I don't have any more whips. Do you have more?
That was the last one.
All right. So
I almost thought about holding off on that last one and waiting until I got it completely finished and had it all stitched together like somebody else did, and just whip
yeah,
it
you have
on
fun
out.
stitching that together. Let me know how you like that. I ever see anything that says it must match or stitch together? No, thank you. Not for this girl. It's kind of like when you see, and no offense, if you like that style, by all means, you do you.
Mm-hmm.
I will never make a sweater you got to piece together.
Yeah,
It is not happening.
Yeah.
There's no reason for it. I get all the pieces and they'd never get put together.
Yep.
Or we'd lose them in the process.
We'd have problems like, was it Kevin?
Yeah.
Where you do one panel and then the other panel's the wrong row gauge.
Then somebody ticks you off and you knit tighter.
Like, you knit tighter, and then,
No.
Are you knitting with the same ones that you, like, especially if you set aside?
No. It's not happening.
I mean, for those of you, and Kevin included, that are determined to have and that will be a beautiful sweater.
Good for you.
Yeah. Go for it.
I typically won't even do
in the round.
Well,
or back and forth.
I typically won't even do a bottom-up sweater. Mm-hmm. I am breaking that for the Weekender Light, or maybe I'll be breaking it. We'll see. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not on the needles yet.
You did the cozy up, the cardigan,
Yes, I did. In fact, I was just thinking about that because I saw the yarn sitting up there that my husband still hasn't caked.
Yeah, still sitting there, same spot.
And that would probably be a good project to take to the hospital with me. I'd probably knock that whole cardigan out while I'm there.
Yep.
Because yeah.
That's another one that, to begin with, it's not a real thinker.
No, you do have to make you have to make modifications.
Well, you have your modifications.
For sure.
Yeah.
If
yeah. When you get to that point,
if you don't have a pencil for an arm, or if you're a little taller. Although I think I ended up making mine a little too long. Mm-hmm. Now that I'm thinking after the fact, because it did really stretch. But I'd rather have it long than too short. Mm-hmm. So there's that.
Yep.
I have... Okay. Let's do coupon codes. And we'll tie that into an acquisition I got because we have a new coupon code. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. And I had it last for the 4th, and we did not have the opportunity to give it to you, so I'm looking at my book, not seeing a freaking thing. 40 minutes. Okay, so for coupon codes, if you go to Naughty Knitting Sacks on Etsy and you use code DirtyBrain15, you will receive 15% off in her shop. Amanda Rake Cole on Ravelry. If you use code KFB19, it's good for 20% off in her Ravelry shop. Can't even read my own writing. KFB15, 15% off in Lollipop Girl yarns. Good on her hand-dyed yarns and patterns. I have a new one. Oh gosh, it's all the way down there. Bear with me, folks. Bear with me. And the new one is for Vix Knits. If you use code KNIT4BRAINS, you will receive 15% off everything in her shop. Now let me show you what I ordered. One of these are going to be getting sent out. Sorry, Amy, your birthday present's really late. And you get to see part of it already. Because I had to order this for Amy. Look how cute that is.
Oh, that's adorable.
So I ordered this little unicorn stitch marker. Guys, look how adorable that is.
It's doing a pretty good job. It's like almost like 3D too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, so I saw this one right away. Well, then I saw another one I wanted, but I wanted a particular color, and so she didn't have it. So I put a note in my order for this one. You know, saying that I would be back because I wanted this particular one in a color. And she was so sweet, messaged me back right away and was like, Laura, I'm going to be adding that this weekend. Mm-hmm. So if you want me to hold your order, we can just add that to it. And I'm like, oh, that would be perfect. Mm-hmm. Guys, I had to have this because my granddaughter and her obsession with baby shark. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Look how adorable. And I had to have the pink one. She has them in all colors, but I had to have the pink one.
That's adorable. It
is adorable. So her name is Vicky, and she is on, she has an Etsy store. And then she had sent me, I didn't even take it off here yet. Maybe. There we go. Some other little stitch markers and stitch markers and a progress keeper. How cute. And her shop, it is so fun. Hold on. You guys are going to want to use this coupon code. The coupon code is only good for 2 weeks. So I really encourage you. I'm going to tell you what, I'm probably going to buy some more. Our stuff is adorable, and she just put like little ice cream cones and stuff. So I'm going to show you her Etsy store. She's out of Midland, Texas. Let me show you that's her on Etsy. And oh my gosh, I mean, look at these.
Wow.
These are so stinking, I mean, like little Frozens, and she's got Disney's and Tinkerbells and Pretty Ponies and Donald Ducks.
That is an awesome, like, Donald Duck. Holy cow.
Let me go back. I'll bring it up so we can show you.
One with attitude, too.
Like, her stuff is so awesome. And very, very affordable, I have to say. And her shipping is not bad neither. Look at the mini. Is that not cute? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, she has something in any category I think you could possibly think of, honestly. And I don't know why, but I thought these little ice cream cones were really cute. Mm-hmm. And the way they have the little dripping down. It just makes you think of summer.
Yep.
So yeah, guys, make sure you go and check out her shop and use that coupon code. It is only good for 2 weeks. So
I'm gonna have to start looking.
pause now. Go hit Vicky's shop because her stuff is. Oh, she has scissors. She sells scissors too. Her stuff is incredible. It is. Yeah, I couldn't.
Does that just pop up on recommended? How did you stumble across her? Did you see her on Instagram?
I don't remember, but funny story is when I guess I must have been following her on Instagram at some point, but I went looking for something, I think, on Etsy. This was during my sick time, so I'm not remembering all.
Yeah.
But I ended up there somehow, and I was like, okay, well, I have to have these. And when I had sent her the message about the shark and whatever, I found out that she has one of my little strawberry shortcake sock bags.
Oh,
that I sold
okay.
when I was in Arkansas.
Okay.
So it was kind of funny. I was just like, oh wow, what a small world. I mean, you just never know, and sometimes don't make that connection. Here's another one that like a lot of people I think would really like for the summer is like the retro camper is really cute. How fun would that be to take on a project when you're camping? So yeah, one more time I'm going to show you, and then use the code KNIT4BRAINS for 15% off. 2 weeks only. Okay.
That's awesome.
I can't wait to use this. The minute Peanut sees it, she's going to start singing Baby Shark.
I bet.
Without a doubt.
And dancing too.
Oh, yes. That kid loves to dance. So, that was my acquisition. I do have a couple other acquisitions. I did get in a advent calendar. To be honest with you, I have not even started opening it yet. I will probably wait to the end and just show it to you complete. I got some sock yarn sent to me from a friend and some note cards, which was really, really sweet, which you'll probably see the next time we record because I'm probably going to kick that up for socks. I have one thrift find.
I got a thrift find.
Actually, I have 2 thrift finds. I found these blocking mats.
Oh.
Which I didn't really need blocking mats because I have blocking mats. But I thought these were kind of nice because they actually have lines on them. So like if you need to line something up to make it like really, really straight. So I'm like, whatever, they're $5.
Yep.
I'll just add them to the thing.
Yep.
All right, do you want to tell them about my other find, Karen? I don't have a picture anymore. I deleted it off
Apparently
my
she had
phone.
to beat people off.
Oh, I did.
She found another cart on wheels, a 3-tiered cart, and it was in like a mint aqua color.
Yeah.
She sends me the picture. You want this? Yeah, I'll take that.
So I walk into the thrift store, and I always like do my rounds where I walk down the one aisle. I go to the craft section, and it brings you out by the like the end of the women's clothing. Well, right at the end of one of the women's clothing racks was just sitting there, and I went, whoa, I don't need one because I have one, but I'm gonna go ahead and take it because either Karen or Alisha. So I'm pushing it around the whole entire store with me.
I can see you doing this.
And Brett's just, I go back, look what I found. And he's like, okay, you need another one? Do you want me to show you a quicker way of doing that?
I don't know if you
So
sent
if
it.
you click on Laura info, and then you can do see all photos right here. Look how quick that was.
See, I'm technically challenged.
So there it is, guys. I got that for, are you ready for this? $8.99.
Yeah.
I mean, really? So I'm pushing around the whole entire store, and then we're like waiting to check out, and these 2 younger lady walks in and was like, "Oh, can I ask how much you're paying for that?" And I told them. They're like, Well, then another lady comes in and the two of them was like, this is what we wanted. Look, this is what we wanted. She got it. Well, come find out they had just put it out on the floor. So, like, I just had, like, that perfect timing. And Brett's laughing. He's like, yeah, it's a good thing you were pushing that thing around with you.
Yeah.
Like,
She would have walked past it and been like, I saw this cart. It wouldn't have been the right time to get back.
And that's how it is sometimes. And it was funny because I'm like, oh, I don't need one. I started to walk away and I'm like, no, here it comes with me. So there I am. You could find me in the store because I'm just like, yeah, pulling this thing around, you know.
Well, and then I thought I was going to be sly. That didn't work out so well.
Yeah, you weren't very sly.
She gave it to me. I'm like, I'm going to put it in the trunk of my car. Not thinking nothing of it. I ordered groceries and Chuck went to go pick them up. Well, guess what? The cart was still in the truck. So Chuck came home with the groceries like, your cart's in the back seat of the car. I'm like, oh, I completely forgot about that because, I mean, it was late at night and I just, you know. So then I get it into the house and then later on, Chuck's like, you know, what are you going to use that for? I'm
trying to take her cart.
My yarn. Why?
I'm like, that's a yarn cart.
I was thinking about using it myself. I'm like, no, that's mine. Laura gave it to me.
She should have been like, well, I guess you need to message Laura and see if she can find you one. It was just one of those things. I'm like, I can't leave it there. Yeah. And when I had gotten this one here, Karen had commented about it would be really handy at home. So, of course, I thought of her when I saw it. So,
my husband doesn't think so because it's still sitting in the front room.
Oh,
darn! Oh well, tough turkeys.
So,
that's you know when I come home, I can put my stuff set it in the cart and have it ready for me instead of going up and down and up and down. Like, oh wait a minute, the ball band's over there.
I wouldn't be going up and down. You know me. Okay.
That's the problem though when you don't have a main, like I don't have a spot that I just knit at.
Yeah. Where I'm always in my recliner. That's where I knit.
Like here, I'm always in the recliner. But at home, it's either upstairs in my bedroom, downstairs in the living room, or possibly at my office desk. While I'm, listening to a 2-hour-long meeting, I might, socks. It doesn't distract. I can still pay attention and get something done.
Do you have any other acquisitions?
No.
Okay, I don't either.
Just the cotton yarn that I showed.
All right.
That was it.
TV watching. And then we're done.
She's got a list. She wants to make sure you guys are all in the know.
Well, I figured, I told Brett, I'm like, okay, because we weren't for sure if we were going to podcast today or not. It's been kind of an up and down day for me. So it was kind of decided later on, and I was like, okay, I better make notes because I don't know if I'm going to remember anything or what's going to happen once, what state I'll be in. So, I started watching Man with a Plan, which is the stars Matt LeBlanc, Joey. It was weird seeing him look that old. Okay, first off. There were quite a few moments though where like it's a relatable family. And it made you chuckle out loud. Yeah. So, watched all the seasons of that. Then I moved on to... I've spent a lot of time on my couch, guys. No, I didn't. Okay. Then I moved on to Virgin River. Season 3 got released. So, watch Season 3. Not enough episodes. Yeah. In Season 3. It was like I blinked and it was over.
Now, is that a Netflix only? Yeah.
Yeah, they're like original.
It's a drama, isn't it? Kind of.
Yeah, I would say.
Okay.
So I watched that. Then I was like, well, what am I going to watch now? So then I watched...
She's trying to make sure she doesn't watch something that'll keep her up at night, because she doesn't need that.
Exactly. Then I watched Pretty Little Liars, The Perfectionist, which is the spinoff of the original Pretty Little Liars.
Okay.
but there was only one season.
Oh.
But I watched that season.
Yeah.
Then I was at a loss again. So then I went through recommended. And I started, I think there's only 2 seasons of it, watching LA's Finest. Which is actually pretty good. It's mainly about 2 female officers. You've seen it.
I've watched a couple of the first season.
So that's not going to last me very long.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to be going, what now?
I watch, let's see, what have I been watching? Ice Roads with Liam Nielsen. It's a Netflix movie, which was really good. I actually watched that today. What else did I force my husband to watch? I say force. I start watching it, comes down, and he's like, "What are you watching now?" And then he's glued. I watched another movie. I watched Tenet. I didn't watch it with him. That was definitely a head thinker. That was good. Definitely long. Let's see, what else? I got into a 007 kick. Watching was it Quantum Solace and Casino Royale. And then I also got into Snowpiercer. I had started watching that when it was on TV and I watched several of those. So I went back to it and started all over again, and I'm more than halfway, 5 or 6 in. And then today I started watching Shadow and Bones, which is season 1 of Netflix. So I can hop from one show to the next because I still haven't finished Grimm or Supernatural.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't pick Supernatural back up. I don't need to be awake at night any more than I already am. And I just realized that obviously I can't read. What does this say, Karen?
3 weeks. 3. And it's the numeral. On
the coupon code we gave you for Vicks Knits, it will be good for 3 weeks.
It's funny.
You know what?
And it's pretty big writing that she printed it out on too.
I was not really reading this other than giving them the code. I was just so excited about these. And showing her shop because she has the cutest little shop. Okay.
Oh, that's funny.
And then as you're talking, I'm looking down, I'm like, what's that 3 about?
She was bored with what I was saying.
No, I wasn't. I just kind of float right now. Which remind me, after the podcast, I need to message her to let her know that it's going up tomorrow, so she will actually activate that. Because I told her I would do that, because I wasn't sure if we would record today or
That's
not
sweet of her
record.
too, because originally we were supposed to podcast. That didn't happen because we weren't feeling well, and so she was able to reset that for us.
Yeah, so that was really good. That was nice of her, so very, very excited about that and her coupon code. And Karen's like, yeah.
I have a birthday coming up, so, you know.
She does some cute things. All right, so I think that's it, yes?
Yes.
So, probably won't see you for about a month. Unless, I mean, you never know, but we pretty well know.
Yeah, pretty much. It's, yeah.
We'll see.
I'm already preparing myself for not seeing her next Sunday. Already preparing myself.
No, you'll see me next Sunday.
Oh, well, the Sunday after the surgery.
It depends how quickly they let me.
See how she...
Well, I mean, if I'm just in a recliner recouping,
Yeah.
I mean, you might not be able to, like, make me laugh.
Okay, I'll have to control myself, apparently.
We'll play it. We'll see.
No, because I can lose a friend unless I can tell you how it is.
Oh, this one. Let me just tell you. This one. She texts me.
I'm horrible.
Oh, she's horrible. She texts me. She goes, I'm here. So I go to open the garage door, and I'm standing there, and she walks in, and she looks at me. She goes, you look like Hal. thanks.
I could just, when you know somebody, so
Yeah, no,
so
she didn't
well.
offend me at all. I was like, well, at least finally somebody's like, yeah, your bags under your eyes are really dark.
I could tell. I know she hasn't been sleeping very well. She's been having a hard time, and then when she does sleep, it's short periods of time. And that wears on you, and it's been going on for a little while. So it's like now it's really starting to show up. Yeah. You're just so fatigued and tired.
Yeah.
Pale. I think she's pale.
Yeah. So I get up and do one thing, and then I'm exhausted, and I sleep for 4 hours. Get up and do one thing, and then I'm exhausted.
Yeah. So when I'm bringing stuff for her, I know that she's not feeling so hot. It's not that I expect things, but she never asks for anything from me. She just never does.
I text her.
I'm more than willing to help her out. But
I'm like, hey, are you stopping at McDonald's? Can you bring me a McChicken?
Not a problem.
Because a lot of times I know she stops to get a drink on her way, and so I'm like, I'm gonna see, because it'd be just so much easier than actually having to physically get up and make myself something.
I even warned Chuck. I said, I don't think I'll be there the whole time tonight.
You were last week.
He said, we'll see.
Well, he even texted last week too.
Yeah.
Remember, he was like, "How's she doing?
How's she doing?" Yeah, he was even worried about her. So he's worried about you because he knows that as long as you're okay, I can stay away for longer. So he has the TV longer.
Yeah. See,
so it's a selfish thought.
Yeah.
It's all about
him. It really is. He doesn't care. No, he knows I ask about him a lot too. So after I ask about Karen, usually I ask about her first, and then I ask about him. Because he just gets too much attention. I mean, right?
Yeah.
It's always, how's the husband doing, Karen?
Yeah, and now because his health isn't the greatest, I'm going out and doing things by myself. Mm-hmm. So the first thing that people, that know Chuck and know us as a couple always being together out and about, they're always just seeing me. So when I go out, it's, how's he doing? How's Chuck doing? That's the first thing a lot of people. I have only one other person that understands where I'm coming from that doesn't ask about Chuck first and asks about me first. Mm-hmm. Besides you. You're the other person that, but somebody that I see out in public and actually asks, so how are you doing? Sincerely asking how I'm doing. So, yeah, it's not always about Chuck.
Sorry, Chuck.
But to be honest, I'm always willing to, leave for a little bit. The hardest part is that I've said before, I work at home too, so it's not like I'm even getting out of the house.
This is her outing
to work.
Week.
So this is my outing. This is my freedom.
And she gets pampered while she's here.
Yeah. Not what's for supper? When are you fixing supper?
Brett
are you gonna get supper? What about lunch?
Although Brett's probably pretty tired now because he's been pampering me all week.
Yeah. I can work a microwave. I know how to make it.
He's had to cook and clean and get fevers down. And, he's been doing it all for a bit now, so he will be glad, I'm sure, when we're all through this. To get more so back to normal, and I know I will be too, because I'm crazy. I'm not used to being inactive.
And that drags you down too more.
Yeah.
When you're not doing anything because you're not feeling well, that makes you even more tired.
Well, and I won't give in. I keep going. I'm going to be at work tomorrow. Even if it's for a couple hours, I'm going to be at work tomorrow. And then the next morning, okay, I'm not making it. I'll see you tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Next morning. Yeah. So.
They know. They're probably not even scheduling you.
I am still on this week's schedule, but I had told them to, if there was days where it was like me and one other person, I'm like, you need to add somebody else because you can't count on me.
Yeah.
Because I said, I don't know. So they did add people where now it's not like last week I went in because it would have been one girl there by herself.
Yeah.
You can't run an entire store
Chuck thought you were nuts.
with one person. Everybody thought I was nuts.
She's still working.
Oh,
He's
everybody
like,
thought I
what?
was nuts. Everybody thought I was
I said,
nuts.
yeah, she even went in to do truck. He's like, you have got to be kidding me. I'm like, yeah, she's nuts.
That's just me.
But that's just the way you are.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I keep on going and going.
It did not surprise me. At all.
No, what surprised you probably was last week when I stayed home for truck.
Exactly. That's when I was like, wow, you really don't. I was like, whoa.
Like, yeah. So there's that.
I also knew too because the shop wasn't getting updates too, so I knew she wasn't even doing sewing, so like she wasn't feeling good.
Yeah, no, there's it will be a bit before anything new is. I shouldn't say anything new because I do actually have something up my sleeve.
Mm-hmm.
Won't be bags. I have something new coming, I believe, as long as it's all up here. I was actually supposed to try it the other day. Brett was going to help me, and this was planned when I had energy, and then by the time it got to that time, I was like, no, I can't. But yeah, I think I might have something new coming. So
I can't say you were feeling well enough to get your sparkling nails done.
my husband, let me just tell you, my husband drove me there. Not only drove me there, went inside with me, carried my bag for me, and sat there for an hour while I had my nails done.
You didn't tell me that part. I
Yeah.
thought maybe he just like dropped you off and sat in the parking lot.
No. He sat in there. Mandy was like, here's a chair for you.
Cool. Well, I wouldn't expect anything less. The man has no problem going into fabric stores, holding fabric and telling them what she needs.
Well, then I'm telling Mandy, which I actually got my nails done the day before surgery, so that's like perfect timing. She's like, well, if you can't make it here, if there's a reason why you can't make it here, I'll make it to you. And my husband, as we're leaving, he goes, well, if you're not going to be seeing anybody, do you really need your nails done? I go, I don't have my nails done for other people. I have them done for me. I like to look down and see that sparkle. It makes me happy. It makes me feel pretty. I'm like, so yes, I need to have my nails done.
It's like your self-care.
Yeah. I'm not one, well, you guys know I'm not one for hair, makeup, high heels, shoes. Give me t-shirts and sweats. I'm good. But I have to have my sparkle on my nails. That's like my one thing.
Yeah.
It makes me happy. So, yeah. He took me. Alrighty. So I think we jibber-jabbed it enough.
Yeah.
We will see you when we see you.
Don't forget about the MCAL.
Oh, yes. Gift the knits. Get involved.
Yep.
Chatter.
The more people, the more gifts we have to provide.
Yep, more prizes.
Yep.
On YouTube, do all the YouTube things. Sorry, Brett, I'm probably going to get this out of order, but subscribe, like, ring the bell. We love doing
You
that.
need the bouncing ball.
Yeah, we love doing that to them.
Yeah.
And we'll see you guys when we see ya.
Bye.
Bye.